Hello, and welcome back to ROAD TRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is 743. The category is Who Am I Part 2. I will give you some hints and some things that happened in my life. You will tell me who am I. This is the second one that we did. A lot of people liked and commented on the first one, so we're doing Part 2 today, Part 3 next week. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck. Question number 1. I was the former Director of Research at the Center for Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. I wrote or co-wrote over 15 books in my career, including A Brief History of Time and The Theory of Everything. Who am I? The answer is Stephen Hawking. Question 2. My mother wasn't English and my father was Hawaiian, but I was born in Lebanon. After dropping out of high school at 17, I decided to be an actor, and after 1989's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, I became a household name. Who am I? I am Keanu Reeves. Question number 3. Born in 1869 in India, I was trained in law in London, became a lawyer, and moved to South Africa. After I returned to my home country, I became famous for my peaceful hunger strikes that helped end British rule in India. Who am I? The answer is Mahatma Gandhi. Question number 4. Though I died at only 15 years old and wrote only one book, I was a world-renowned author whose work has been read by millions. The book I wrote describes my daily life and thoughts from the 761 days I spent in hiding. Who am I? The answer is Anne Frank. Question 5. With my movies earning almost $4 billion at the box office over my career, I have been very successful at acting. From my first small part on Mystic Pizza to my major roles in the Bourne Identity and Ocean's 11 franchises. Who am I? I am Matt Damon. Question 6. Born in 1856 in what is now Croatia, I was an inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, and futurist, best known for my contributions to the design of the modern alternating current electricity supply system. Who am I? The answer is Nikola Tesla. Question 7. After being arrested and sentenced to life in prison in 1962 for conspiring to overthrow the state, I was released in 1990 and eventually became the first president of South Africa from 1994 to 1999. Who am I? The answer is Nelson Mandela. Question 8. I made a name for myself as a stand-up comedian, and then with my success on Mork and Mindy, I transitioned into film and voice acting, notably in roles like Peter Pan in Hook and the voice of the genie in Aladdin. Who am I? I am Robin Williams. Question 9. Called the Lady with the Lamp, I rose to prominence while serving as a manager and trainer of nurses during the Crimean War. A modified version of the Hippocratic Oath is named for me and taken by new nurses. Who am I? The answer is Florence Nightingale. Question 10. I was a Navy lieutenant when my boat, the PT-109, was sunk by a Japanese destroyer. Stories of me saving members of my crew definitely played a positive role in being elected to Congress and then to the presidency. Who am I? I am John F. Kennedy. Question 11. I have lent my voice to major cinematic characters like Darth Vader in the Star Wars movies and Mufasa in both the 1994 version and the 2019 version of Lion King. In my 7-decade career, I won multiple Tony Awards, Emmy Awards, and a Grammy. Who am I? The answer is James Earl Jones. Question 12. I created some of the world's best fictional characters, and I'm regarded by many as the greatest novelist of the Victorian era. In my career, I wrote over 15 novels, hundreds of short stories, and 5 novellas, including A Christmas Carol. Who am I? The answer is Charles Dickens. Question 13. I was an English mathematician that played a crucial role in cracking intercepted coded messages that enabled the Allies to defeat the Axis powers in engagements like the Battle of the Atlantic. I'm also considered to be the father of theoretical computer science. Who am I? The answer is Alan Turing. Question 14. My breakthrough role as a leading man came in the 2009 movie The Hangover. In 2018, I also produced, wrote, directed, and starred in the remake of the musical romance A Star is Born. Who am I? The answer is Bradley Cooper. Question 15. In October of 1805, the Franco-Spanish fleet came out of port, and my fleet engaged them at the Battle of Trafalgar. The battle became one of Britain's greatest naval victories, but I, aboard the HMS Victory, was fatally wounded by a French sharpshooter. Who am I? The answer is Horatio Nelson. I was the chief propagandist for the Nazi Party, and then Reich Minister of Propaganda from 1933 to 1945. I was also one of Adolf Hitler's closest and most devoted acolytes. After he died, I took his spot as the Chancellor of Germany for one day before I took my own life. Who am I? The answer is Joseph Goebbels. Question 17. Splash, Bachelor Party, and Big were some of my early movies from the 1980s. In the recent years, I've starred in movies like Captain Phillips, Saving Mr. Banks, Sully, and News of the World. Who am I? I am Tom Hanks. Married to King Louis XVI, I was the last Queen of France before the French Revolution. After being tried by the Revolutionary Tribunal on October 14, 1793, I was sentenced to be executed by guillotine. Who am I? The answer is Marie Antoinette. Question 19. I was a British politician who served as Deputy Prime Minister during the wartime coalition government under Winston Churchill, and then as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1945 to 1951. Who am I? The answer is Clement Attlee. My roles in the Mad Max films and the Lethal Weapon movies earned me the label of action hero, but later I expanded beyond acting into directing and producing with films like Apocalypto and The Passion of the Christ. Who am I? I am Mel Gibson. And that is the end of today's trivia. I felt like those questions were a little bit long, so that didn't give you much time to answer. So we're going to call that Who Am I? The lightning round. And I hope you were quick enough to get those answered. You can always pause the video if you need more time. Depends on how you're playing this. Don't do that while you're driving. But if you're watching it on TV or if you're watching it on your phone and you need just a little bit more time to answer, just hit that pause button. I can't tell. Depends on who you're playing with. You can make that a rule. It's going to be okay. Do it however this game is more enjoyable for you. Most of the time I'll give you plenty of time to answer, but this one, I guess those questions were just a little bit longer than they normally are because it didn't give you much time to answer. Sorry about that, and round 3 I will fix that and give you a little bit more time to answer. Thank you for watching today. Here is question 21, the tiebreaker for Who Am I? I was a key figure in the philosophical revolution known as the Enlightenment, and my book, Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy, was first published in 1687. I was most famous for my formulation of the 3 laws of motion. Who am I? The 3 laws of motion were my most famous formulation. I am Isaac Newton. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.